All right, guys, it's another day. I'm gonna catch you guys up, get you guys caught up to speed. But we were able to get the motor basically all put together and actually got it sitting in the car right now. I actually filmed some clips a couple days ago, so I'll actually throw those in now. All right, it's Andrew from the past. Here's the motor, free hanging out, all on the hoist with the new strap that Andrew just got, with our oil pan on it instead of the old Canton racing one. So here we go. Now, as you guys can see, new oil pan's on, mounts are on, strap is on, intake is on. Didn't talk much about it, but it is a Jegs sheet metal intake with the 102 millimeter throttle body. So we're gonna have to do a 4-inch intake. Also, we painted the valve covers, as you guys can see, to match everything else. You can obviously see the imperfections in the metal underneath, but looks solid, like it. Rear main seal's done, fresh new one on there. And what we're actually doing now is we're gonna try to see how this girl fits. So that is what you guys will see next, and get pumped. All right, headers are on, mounts are on, and we're gonna go for it and see. There it is. Headers are on. These things look amazing. Flywheel, clutch, intake, mounts, everything. So just gonna try to get it in there and see what happens. All right, so we hit a small snag. It seems that we had the motor mounts on wrong, but also the instructions that came with it are like the words are saying one thing and the pictures are showing another thing. So that's not cool. But we're swapping them around now and seeing if we can get it to fit. But we were able to drop down in the hole, but the other side was off by like 2 inches or so. So Andrew's pulling the mounts off yet again and swapping them around, and we will see if that solves our problem there. But it's crazy. All right, and just like that, the motor is actually sitting in. It's bolted into the subframe, and this is kind of its final home, I want to say, for now. So this is what we're working with. Clearance. Man, it looks so good. Obviously, after we're done, we're gonna have to do, a really good clean on everything, and the brake lines and all that stuff is gonna actually be deleted, and we're going with the Chase Bay's ABS delete, and obviously the wiring harness we have to finish, so that will be cleaned up. So, but I'm definitely happy with the overall package. It is sick. Obviously, you guys have probably seen in the video that we had to take the headers actually off to get them to fit. There's no way we were going to get it to fit with the headers on. Unfortunately, we'll have to do that when we lift the car up in the air in a couple days. So, but like I said, engine's in there, and also Andrew came up with a good idea that I feel like, I don't know why nobody else thinks of it, but for the throttle body, we actually flipped it upside down for clearance reasons, so that we can hopefully gain a little bit more clearance in the hood and maybe not have to cut it, but we'll see. But as you guys can see on the bottom, that used to be the top, that part used to stick up a good, 2-3 inches it seemed, and now it's down at the bottom and we have more clearance up top. So here's a side profile shot so you can kind of see. Obviously you can see that it's still gonna probably have to cut that. We'll see. That's a stopping point for tonight, and we'll just go back to future me. But yeah, so now that you guys seen that, obviously the motor is sitting in there. We had some small trouble with the engine mounts, but I think we figured that out. And today's thing will be basically tackling the transmission and maybe addressing the fuel pump and fuel line. So that's what we'll be doing now. Learned something else after I picked up a CD009 transmission by mistake, but apparently the CD009s are stamped CDO number 2, which this is the one that I just got from Sam and David and those guys, and looked at mine, and what do you know? I don't know if you guys can see that in there, but it's a CD number 2, so apparently that's CD09, so now we have 2, so it's nice that instead of having a weak backup transmission, we have a equal backup transmission now, so definitely gonna keep both, and not a bad thing to have, but we will get the hood off the car and we'll pick back up. All right, the hood's off, and Andrew is actually working on clearancing the front core support, the OEM one, so that we can fit our bigger radiator. So as you can see, trying to cut out more space to allow it to fit up against it so that we have more clearance between the engine and the radiator. So that's what we're doing now, trying to get that clearanced, and yep. All right, well, Andrew got that all clearance, as you guys can see, right there. And if it's decently in between there, now there's a space in between the engine and the radiator. The hoses go in there without touching the pulley right here. It's obviously not all the way back in its place. We're making mounts to mount basically from that screw hole to, I don't know if you guys can see it, the side right here of the actual core support. So, and then another one we'll have to figure out on this side. But with that, we've already tested that the air intake fits with the radiator right there, along with the hoses without hitting anything, and the fans are clear from the pulleys and everything. So it's looking like the ideal spot. Like I said, right now, Andrew is just cutting some aluminum so that we can make the brackets for to hold the radiator in its new place. And after that, basically the front will be sort of finished. We still got to make mounting spots for the oil cooler and the power steering cooler, which we'll probably be doing later. We kind of got sidetracked. We were thinking about messing with the transmission, but just immediately started messing with the radiator as I was messing with it. So I will pick back up when we start messing with something else, or if I have an update on the bracket situation with the radiator, so you guys can see how that turned out. All right, while Andrew's working on the tabs for basically to keep the radiator in its place, I have been working on just doing the ISR shifter adapter bracket on the transmission. So whenever you guys buy the ISR CD transmission to LS conversion with the mounts and everything, it comes with this adapter piece that replaces this one right here, and it shortens it so that it still goes to the factory place in the car. So right now I'm just taking the shifter out of the old transmission, which I just got to take out this bottom bolt here. Focus, there you go. And I'll pull that out, and you just reuse the 3 bolts that you take off to take that out, and just put it in here. The only real thing to look out for is there's a the reverse like lockout deal. I gotta figure out what to do about that and make sure I do it right. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down and get that done. But before I do that, let's look at kind of what Andrew has going on here.
Currently just got some brackets down there of aluminum.
So those are the brackets that are just going to keep the engine, or keep the radiator from falling forward or moving at all. And then there's going to be ones on the top as well. So working on, and you guys saw what I'm working on, so I'm gonna get to it while he's doing that, so that we can just knock out multiple things at once. So I'll put the phone down. All right, guys. So here's the radiator with the tabs all bolted in and everything. So there's one down there. There's the two that you guys saw at the bottom, and then there's this one right here. And there we go. So pretty good fit. All right, I did kind of a horrible job at filming, but after whatever you guys just saw, we ended up getting the transmission swapped with the other one, transmission jack, and now we got a transmission in there. So transmission's bolted up to the cross member. We still got to get some transmission bolts because I don't think the OEM ones are going to work. So we'll figure that out. And yeah, but we got literally transmission, engine, all there. And I already have the drive shaft for the kit. We're going to do that another time. We're going to actually call it for tonight. I thought that would be a good way to end, I guess, episode 3 of the LS swap. The motor and trans are in, and got the radiator and stuff done today. So pretty solid day, but we'll definitely pick back up on the next one.